Warning. The following content is intended for immature audiences only. The opinions of these two fine gentlemen should not be taken seriously at all.
The JTS 51 Podcast. Introducing your hosts, JT and Sai.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and everything. Oh, fuck. I already fucked it up. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between.
Everyone or everything.
Oh, everything, anyone, doesn't matter. Welcome to the JTS 51 Podcast, episode 12, with me, your host, JT, and my co-host, Sai. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not so bad. Not so bad. Loving the new intro. We're going to try something new each week, yeah?
I think so. I think the old one got a bit stale. So, and this one was rubbish, to be honest. So I don't have to go back.
I think we should do more rubbish intros.
Yeah, that could be our thing. Why not?
Yeah. See, everyone does nice, professional, polished intros. We could just be known
not
as
us.
the rubbish intros.
Just about hitting the record. I don't even know when it's recording. I don't even know what I'm saying now. It's just crazy, mate. No, how have you been? All good?
Yeah, not so bad. I was saying to you earlier, actually, you'll be proud of my son. I'm not a big sort of football guy myself, but he's started his first futsal lessons.
That's incredible. Yeah,
I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but for anyone that's not familiar, because I wasn't before, it's basically five-a-side football with slightly different rules. Is that right? You probably know more about it than I do.
Pretty much. It's played indoors mostly, so it's like, you don't have to be outside and playing it. You can play it indoors, which is great, and it's bloody lethal for futsal. I swear to God, it really is.
Well, he came home tonight. It's funny. He came home tonight, and I was like, "How'd you get on and stuff?" He didn't tell me about any of the skills or anything like that. He just goes, "Yeah, I just got booted in the shin a bunch of times."
That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Right. Yeah, I've watched it online, right? And it's just absolutely mental. So you'll have like some really skillful players that have got amazing close control. They'll be running up and down with the ball, doing these crazy skills, and then the defense of the other team would literally just try and kick the shit out of you. So I was like, this is mental. This is crazy.
I watched a couple of videos on it just to sort of fully understand a little bit. Actually, I should probably go back to the start of this story. We were at this other kid's birthday party, and my son was invited along, and I got chatting to one of the dads and stuff, and he was telling us that he was setting up this futsal club thing, and he had like whatever it was, 15, 20 kids in there, and I said I was looking for something for my little one to try and get him off the couch, and I know he does this like parkour and stuff, but to kind of get him out there, he goes, yeah, sort of bring him along and whatnot, and he was explaining the rules, and I just thought, it must just be football with a few extra rules, which is kind of what we've said here, but so we took him along tonight, and he seems to have done all right and stuff. And I watched a few videos, actually, to try and understand it. And exactly like you said. Yep. So you get the skillful players that are doing all the stuff, running up and down. The ones that aren't skillful are just running up and punching the other players. That's what I thought it was.
It's UFC meets football, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's,
I know. So I was expecting him to come home with a black eye, but no, he only got bruised shins.
You have to buy him some nice shin pads, mate. Honestly, it is quite crazy. I watched a few clips online, and it's super entertaining, to be honest with you. The pitch is tiny, so you normally get like, I don't know, you get, like you said, five-a-side, and then you get the skillful players up front, and the players at the back are just the ones that are going to kick the shit out of your shins. They're going to try and trip you up. They just want to get the ball off you, and then you got your super skillful players, like all the flair players, just trying all the little tricks and stuff, and trying to score goals. But no, it is super entertaining. As long as you buy your son shin pads, he'll be all right.
Well, I was thinking this rate, it's going to toughen him up for the real world.
That's right.
Now when he sort of hurts himself a little bit, he's a little bit, hurts a bit. But you've been booted in the shins a few times. Suddenly, your pain gets put into perspective.
Yeah, you got a man up now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a crazy sport. It is a good sport, mate.
So you were watching football, I think, tonight, weren't you? That's why we started a little bit later.
I was watching football tonight. I was my team. I don't think I've actually mentioned this on the podcast.
But you don't have to mention the team unless you want to rib him from anyone.
No, do you know what? I'm proud. I'm proud of my team. I'm a massive Aston Villa supporter. So yeah, if anyone knows me, they'll know I'm Aston Villa mad. And we had a great result tonight. So yeah, apologies for the lateness. Some things are just too important. Do you know what's really funny? I remember my best man at my speech. he actually did say to my wife, look, if you really want to have a happy life, make sure you accommodate Aston Villa. That was his first love into your
look
lives.
at that, eh? Yeah.
And I gave her the eye and I said, look, he's talking the truth, he's telling the truth. So yeah, it's just I'm a massive fan. But yeah, no, amazing results tonight, and hopefully the season goes well.
So as I say, I don't follow it. So why was this game important?
It was a quarterfinal of the European Cup. So yeah, it was a very big game. First time in ages our club's been in Europe again. So and we've got a manager that's basically a specialist in cup wins in Europe. So yeah, tonight he showed us class tonight. To be fair, I don't know how we won the game, but we did. So absolute magician. I love that guy.
It doesn't matter the how, just accept the win and move along.
That's it.
Nothing to see here. Just, I don't know.
No one's going to care about the performance in about 5 years' time. They'll care about the results. So yeah, it was excellent, mate. It was excellent.
I always, because like I say, I don't follow it. I used to watch it a bit more as a kid, but as soon as you start winning a bit more, they think of reasons for you. Like, was it someone like Arsenal or something? They went on a massive winning streak. Then everyone was just like, yeah, but they play boring football. It's like, yeah but they're winning all their games.
Yeah,
surely the result is more important. You don't want flashy. You want simple and effective.
Most fans, right, would love their team to basically play amazing football and win. Or some fans will say, oh, as long as our team plays great football and doesn't win all the time, we don't mind that either. Some fans will say, we don't care how the team performs. All that matters is that we win.
Yeah.
And then you got the unfortunate people whose teams are so shit, they play crap and they lose all the time. So it's just, which one do you go with, yeah? So, but being a Villa fan, like I've had all three. I've had experiences of all three. So.
Oh, you've gone through the motions, eh? At the moment, you're on the up.
Yeah, we're actually on the up at the moment, yeah. But like I've been there, I've been down in the dumps, mate, with my team. It's just, it gives you character. And I remember I was speaking to a couple of female colleagues, and they were just wondering, why are boys so crazy about football, right? And the best way I'll put it to them is, football is literally a soap opera for men. Yeah. It really is. It has everything, right? So you got the whole build up throughout the week, which is a storyline, and then on the day your team is playing, that is like the season finale. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're watching live drama. Anything happens. Men get emotional about it, like big time. I've even been to the point where when I was a bit younger, and it's still the case now, where if my team did crap on the weekend and we lost, that would affect my mood for the next 2 days. It gets that serious. It really does. Like, if we won, I'd be the happiest guy. I'd be rolling into work on Monday morning, happy as Larry, and I'll be, very chirpy. But if my team lost and got fucking really, really badly beaten, I'll be absolutely terrible on a Monday morning walking into work. I don't want to socialise with anyone. Head down, just looking at my laptop screen is working. Yeah, no, it is. It literally is. If that's the best way I could put it, mate. It is literally a soap opera for men. And the whole thing, like the whole drama about your club, the performance, your manager, your players, everything. It all comes into it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, actually, because I don't watch it, but the bigger games like the England games and some of the big Premiership games and stuff, even though I don't follow it, I find myself like getting emotionally attached to it. You're like, that's what happens. Fantastic, it's exciting. Happens. You want to see a team do well and stuff, but I don't get that in cricket and rugby. So
two completely different sports, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. There's like
mental,
you could look at rugby, but I think half of it, I don't know what's going on.
It's really weird, right? So rugby, again, if we've got any rugby fans,
I was going to say that is the unpopular opinion, because I don't watch sport, so I'm completely naive to this. So if anyone wants to dunk on me, I'm coming at this from a completely naive perspective. All sports are great.
Yeah, no,
I don't know much about any of them.
You know what? The craziest thing is, right? There's no such thing as a sport having the same fan as another sport. They're completely different. So you got your football fans, obviously the biggest sport in the country, and you got fans from all walks of life, but they're a certain breed. Then you got the rugby guys that are like, I don't know if I can say this on the pod, but they're like really weird to me. Like, that's only because I don't watch rugby, right?
Yeah.
But because they're a different type of fan, they're not the same as football fans. Like, there's a lot of it's become a thing on Twitter where rugby fans are very smartly dressed, and they'll dress up in like a pair of shoes, like loafers, maybe even some tan shoes. They'll wear some ripped, not ripped, but they wear jeans, and then they wear like a sports coat on top. It's like that is like the official rugby kind of fans wear. Do you know what I mean, to a match day? Whereas you got cricket. Cricket is like it's a fanatic sport as well. Like people have literally died over rivalries in cricket. It's crazy. Like especially in India and countries like that where cricket is just like an unbelievable sport in that country. Like the effect it has on like people's lives and the passion people show for it, mate, honestly. But yeah, like I said, all sports fans are different. I personally don't think there's a sport where you got fans on one side and fans of another sport on the other side that are completely the same. It can't happen. Like a golf fan is not going to be the same as a rugby fan, and a football fan is not going to be the same as a tennis fan. Do you know what I mean? It's more civilized in tennis. You're not as civilized in football. So yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy to think about it.
Do you know what I've always wanted to do as an experiment though, is to take the football crowd and put it into sports where you're not allowed to be noisy, like snooker or tennis or something like that, or golf. You know, so just as a golfer steps up to take the shot or whatever, you just get the whoop, and they launch it into the trees.
Yeah, they'll be like, "You're shit."
And all the chants off the sidelines. Oh, it'd be hilarious because some of the football chants are brilliant.
It's like getting the football fans to a game of bowls. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, that's got to be done one day.
Just really, that'd be excellent. That'd be absolutely.
Because you have the celebrity golfer things, don't you, where they have to take a pro and a celeb and they do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think they should just have a bit more of a raucous crowd in there for a movie. Exactly. Tennis would be great as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tennis would be good. But then again, I think the tennis crowd get quite rowdy. It's like, come on, Tim.
But the glares they get just for a little bit of support, it's like, shut up. We're eating strawberries
someone
and cream.
out of line. Yeah, you get told off in tennis. Yeah, my God.
And then they start smacking. Yeah,
shut up, mate.
But the weird thing is, they're asking the crowd to be quiet, and the tennis players are smashing up their rackets when they miss shots.
Oh, I know, mate. I know. Sports is flipping hilarious. Well, to be fair, I think we could do a whole episode in sport one day. It'll be pretty. We can get some of the funniest stories in sport and just lay it out for our listeners to listen to. Yeah,
I'll be quite quiet that episode because, as I say, I don't really know much about anything.
Nice one.
So I was going to say to you, actually, I think I've off of sport now. I think I've finally got into my brain that we're in 2024.
Do you know what? It's hard. It is hard. I found that challenging even when I was a kid. Make a stupid mistake of when the new year hits, and you're still bloody. You're just still writing into the previous year's date.
Yep.
Oh my God! It's just it takes a while. It does take a while.
Yeah. So every document that I've signed for like the last 3 months, I've had to scribble 23. Scribble it back out. No, 24.
24. Yeah, I know, mate. I've been there.
You pull in reports. No, we're definitely in 24. I think I'm at the end of it.
Speaking of that, actually, I had a colleague recently. Actually, she was not to get too technical for people that don't understand, but she was uploading a lot of data into our system, and when she got to about 95% done, she realised she'd made a monumental fuck up, and she was meant to put 24 instead of 23. So what she done is she changed the lines. I think there was about 2,000 lines to 23 when it should have been 24. So she wiped out all the data. But she only realised at 95%, and then she hit abort, but it was too late. 95% of the data was already changed, and then
oops.
Yeah, I know. I felt so bad for her because she was I think she was doing a few things at once, like multitasking and stuff, and she only realised right at the end. So she had to stay back 45 minutes to fix her mistake. Oh man, just get it right first time. Get it right first time.
But I was just saying, I've just about got to the end of it. So this poor woman's just typing in stuff, and that's a shocker. But it must happen more than you think, because not in that scenario, but how many businesses crash? Just we had one recently, didn't we? I think it was like a couple of supermarkets. I think it was Sainsbury's, one of the others in the UK, literally just wiped out for the weekend because they couldn't do any transactions. And that's either somebody did a software update, somebody pressed the wrong button.
That's right.
It happens all the time.
No, exactly. It's so easy to do. It's crazy. It's just too much power in someone's hands that makes a fuck up. And it affects the whole company. Oh, my God.
And there's no checks. There's like, even in Windows, you've got the, are you sure? No, are you really sure?
That's right.
Are you definitely sure? Okay, fine.
No, that's it. It's just asked you first time.
Yeah.
Confirm? Yes. Oh, no, wait.
95%.
I didn't mean it.
Quick cancel.
No, you can't do anything. You absolutely
Where's
can't.
the undo button? Undo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
So
man.
you said you were in the office or something, didn't you, this week? Or
Yeah, I was in the office this week. But I'll tell you what, something happened, right? And it was actually quite funny, and it made me think, right? This has definitely happened to me. I'm pretty sure this has happened to everyone that listens to this podcast, right? So you got to tell me, has it ever been a time, right, when, let's say you woke up a little bit late for work, you're getting ready, and your objective is to literally get out of the house as quick as you can so you can get to work on time. Now, in doing that, you might have forgot to eat, right? A little bit of breakfast or a protein shake or something, you start your day. So then you settle down and work, and then hunger strikes, right? So you sit at work, and next thing you do is you hear your stomach go.
Yep.
The hunger pains, right? So basically, I'll sit next to a colleague, and bless her, she was walking me through something. And she must not have had anything to eat, because like 10 minutes into our conversation, all I hear is that sound. It just went like that, right? And I was just like, at first I didn't know what I heard, so I thought maybe it was like, I don't know, something moved, someone's talking, or wherever it was. 5 minutes later, it happened again. This time I definitely knew what it was, and I felt like secondhand embarrassment. I was like, I can't even say something. Surely I can't say something here. I can't even make a note of it. I can't even acknowledge it, right? I thought, okay, it's fine. She must be hungry. Then she must have, it happened a third time. And I think at this point, she was just like, do you know what, I just got to own this. She said, sorry, JT, just not had a chance to have breakfast. I was like, it's okay, it's all right, it's not a problem. It happens. But I can tell you, mate, it happened to me in the past. And it's been so embarrassing. I remember one time, right, I was in an exam. And so me and my mate walked to school, and we had an exam. So the first thing was we get to school, got to go straight into the exam hall, right? No chance to catch up on anything with the other mates. You literally went in. And he said to me he's starving, and I was like, oh man, you should have woken up a little bit early, because I was revising all night. I didn't get a chance. Like, my alarm went off a little bit later. And I was like, oh man, my mum made sure I ate. Like, she got me up early and made sure I ate, because obviously it's quite an important exam. Anyway, find out where we're sitting. Luck would have it, he's sitting near me. So he sits down. I'm like maybe 2 rows behind him, and we sit down. And exams are super, super quiet.
Yep.
Super quiet, right? And he looked a bit of a mess. Like, he was telling the truth when he said he didn't get any sleep. Like, he looked like an absolute mess. So about 20 minutes in, I heard that sound. Right?
Yep.
I'll do it again.
I want to hear it. Go on.
Right. And I immediately knew what that sound was, and I thought it was me. I was like, "No, I'm okay. I'm feeding. What is that? Is that nerves for the exam? I don't know what that is." And then I could see my mate, and his as soon as I heard the sound, his head popped up. Like, so just imagine, right? He's doing his work. He's doing the exam. Next thing you know is you hear that sound, and his head pops up straight away. And I knew straight away. He told me earlier that he had nothing to eat for breakfast, and he was quite hungry. I knew it was him straight away. And now, the embarrassment he must have had, like, because it kept coming up every 5 minutes. And this was back then when you weren't even allowed water in your exam. Like,
wow.
You weren't allowed it. So he couldn't even take sips of water to quench his thirst and maybe like quell his hunger a bit. Every 5 minutes, mate, it kept going off, to the point where people were almost laughing. And I felt so embarrassed for him, mate. Honestly, it was so bad. And I do remember, like, speaking to him after, he goes, did you hear it? I was like, yeah, mate, you were fucked. It was so loud.
Were you sitting at the back of the hall?
Yeah, honestly, I was like, mate, that was so loud. Like, get something to eat. He goes, oh no, how bad was it? Did you think anyone heard? I said, mate, I'm sitting 2 rows behind you, and I heard it. So, mad, like, of course people heard, man. Go get yourself something to eat. I just felt so sorry for him, to be fair. But he did say, which was quite bad, he goes, he felt so embarrassed that it affected his performance in the exam. I was like, oh no. I was like, poor kid. So that's a lesson out. That's a lesson for you, folks listening out there. Before an exam, have something to eat.
But you notice it's always at the wrong time, and it's always super loud. So it'll be. So in the exam, it would have been something like, right, and from this point on, I don't want to hear any sounds. And you would have got the... it's usually like... I always get it when like I'm in a meeting or something, and they're like, right, so we turn around to side, right, how's your presentation? Right, can you just start, please?
The worst timing. Honestly, it's never a good time for it, but it's always the worst time.
And I don't understand it either, because we were talking the last time about me getting a bit chubby, and I saw a really good meme the other day that is exactly me, and it was to do with Lord of the Rings. And it said bed and breakfast. Yeah, because hobbits eat like 2 or 3 breakfasts, right?
That's right.
So when I get it, I'm like, I'm not even hungry.
Yeah. So what? No, why is your stomach saying this? Like, what? Have I had too much? What's going on here?
I've had 2 breakfasts, and it was only 3 hours ago.
Oh, I know, mate. I know we've all been there. Do you know what I started doing? This is quite bad, right? So I was telling you this. So basically, it happened to me. Like me and you working together, right? There was a day when I came in late, and I was, mate, I just couldn't get out of the house quick enough. I woke up late. First of all, that's a bad start. I've turned my alarm off instead of snoozing it, and luckily I got woken up by someone WhatsApping at like 7:30 in the morning. So quickly got out of bed, had a shower, got ready, and left the house. Got to the office. I thought, I'll grab something at lunchtime. I'll just fine, not a problem. Next thing I know, I sit down, 9 o'clock goes, 9:30 goes, 9:45, mate, that's it. I was like, oh, I'm actually feeling a bit hungry. And my stomach started rumbling. Now, you were sitting quite close to me, right? Like, if I turned around, you're right there, innit? So I was wondering, like, surely, I felt that embarrassment that my mate was talking about in the exam. I was like, I think people can hear this. This is terrible. Like, my stomach's going off like crazy. So then what I started doing was, it's going to sound so bad. Every time I knew my stomach was about to go off, I would move something, like on the desk. I would move my chair. I would move my bloody drawer. The drawer wasn't even in mine, mate. It was someone else's. But
now you mention it. I always wondered why you were looking through the drawers, and you're like, we're in the office like once a month.
Every 5 minutes, I was looking in the same drawer for something. Surely, like, you know what I mean? It was ridiculous. I was just trying to make enough noise and time it to perfection, so that when my stomach goes off, I can make the sound. Sometimes it'll be a cough, so I'll start coughing for no reason. It'll be like, do you know what I mean? I'll start coughing, Oh man, the embarrassment. But it's just something you do that you got to mask the hunger pains. I do remember one time, actually, it was early days with my missus. It could have been, it could even been our second or third date. I remember we went to the cinema, and God, like I was late because I came back from work, and she met me at the cinema. So straight after work, I was starving. I was absolutely starving. Yeah. And I met up with my missus. She was my girlfriend at the time, and we went into the film. Now we watched a movie called A Quiet Place. So, if anyone that doesn't know, A Quiet Place is a movie where literally, if any of the actors in the film make a sound, they'll die. Like, it's that bad. So it's a super quiet film, and man alive, when we were queuing up for the tickets, my stomach was going off. Like, I was super hungry. I thought I'll be okay, but then when we actually sat down to watch the film was super quiet. So 5 minutes in, I said to my missus, I said, do you fancy anything? Like, can I get you some popcorn or a drink? She's like, no, I'm okay. I was like, fuck. I was like, all right. I was like, you know what? Actually, do you mind if I go get some popcorn? I feel like having some popcorn. She's like, yeah, of course. I quickly jet out of there. Right? I run down the aisle, go into the to the place where they sell popcorn. I picked up chocolates. I didn't care for popcorn. I just picked up 3 bags of chocolates. I think they were Milky Way buttons. Brilliant. I think they were M&Ms, and I think the last one must have been like some other chocolate. I think they were like 12 chocolate bites, whatever. Bought them, mate. You wouldn't believe the speed I was chowing down on those milk buttons. I was making sure, because in my head I was like, if I don't eat this now and sort my hunger out, that film, she's gonna hear my stomach going off every 5 minutes. I'm gonna spoil the film for her. Like, it's gonna be really bad. So, mate, as I was walking, I was trying that. It wasn't the small bags; it was one of the share bags as well. So just like £4 a bag. I must have demolished that in like 2 minutes. Honestly, just waffling that chocolate down me. Luckily, as I got back to my chair, it was all right. Like my stomach was okay, but that could have been super embarrassing, man.
Do you know, your missus must have really fancied you, because not only did you turn up and buy 4 bags of chocolates that you just nailed yourself, she didn't think anything was odd about it either.
No, so I bought 3. I chowed down 2, gave her 1. Oh man, she goes.
That's fantastic.
She goes, "Did you not buy anything for yourself?" I said, "Nah, I didn't really fancy it." To be
Oh, what? So you ate them before you sat down?
Yeah, I ate them before I sat down.
Quality.
I chucked them away just out of the bin outside the actual cinema screen. So yeah,
Oh, that's
bloody,
fantastic.
Probably wiping the chocolate away from my lips.
And they just played it cool, yeah? So you just say, yes, I bought these especially for you. Don't you worry. The sacrifice that I've done for you.
That's right, yeah. I bought the cinema tickets. I bought you this. I knew these are your favourite. It's just I didn't have enough time to eat them, so really. I didn't want to miss much of the movie either, so yeah. Oh, mate.
That's brilliant. Because there was a friend of mine was telling me that there's a new game out. I have no idea if this is true or not, but that it records. So it's a horror game, okay?
Right.
And when it gets to the scary, quiet parts, you actually have to be quiet. Yeah, there's loads of jump scares and stuff like that in it.
That's right.
And if you make noises and stuff, the game picks it up through your microphone.
That's right.
And then you get like murdered by the creature or whatever it is. So yeah, your rumbly belly would be you'd be playing the same scene over and over in this game.
You'll be finished, absolutely finished. Imagine like the classic scene where you're hiding under the bed or you're hiding in the closet or something like that.
No, that would be it, wouldn't it? You never see that in the movies, do you?
No, exactly, mate. Exactly. Yeah, it's just it's just gonna bait you out. Do you know what I mean? And games are getting like really interactive. Honestly, like they really want you to immerse yourself into the actual place. So games where it picks up your mic.
Yep. You're just sitting there. You made it to the end. You got past whatever close to the last boss. Boom. 2 hours of gameplay. Destroyed. But I was just about to say, you never see that in the movies, do you? Because it's always at completely the wrong time. Yeah. So when you get these the movies, where like someone breaks in and it's like an action flick and they got to hide in the cupboard or something like that, you never get that. Yeah. There's never a sneeze. Nah. And there's never like a little belly gurgle, which would definitely happen most of the time. Spot on.
Yeah. Wherever they're hiding is going to be dusty. No one ever sneezes. No cough. Like if you're hungry, your stomach's going to give you away. Yeah. It's just bad times. It's bad times if you get caught. Bloody hell. Speaking of that, right? Speaking of immersion, actually, my wife, she spent a few days with her mum. And I spoke to her in the evening, and she goes, "Oh my god, I just watched a movie. It's incredible. Like, we have to watch it together." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Unfortunately, I had to go. I didn't get a chance to speak about the film, so she came back the next day, and you were sitting down, and she speaks about it. She goes, "Oh yeah, okay, we have to go watch this film. It's incredible." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I said, "What's it called?" She goes, "It's called Kung Fu Panda." Right? And I was like, huh?
What?
Kung Fu Panda? I was like, "You watched a movie called Kung Fu Panda? Like, you would never watch a movie like that." She goes, basically, it was on TV. It just started, and her and her mum watched it, and she loved it. So then, basically, what she made me do was, I've never watched it myself. I know it's a kids' movie, but we binged Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3 in 2 days, and we had to go watch the 4th one in the cinema. But we watched it in 4DX, right, at Cineworld. So I've never been to a 4D film. She went to one before and she loved it, but she knew I would love it even more. So she took me there. We watched Kung Fu Panda 4 in 4DX. Now, when I say this was absolutely mental, trust me, right? So you sit in your seat, nice chair.
Yeah.
Basically, anything that moves, your chair's going to move. So if you're in a fight scene, your chair's going to go left, right, up, down. So there's basically, if there's a rainy scene, it becomes misty in the cinema. You start getting a bit of smoke.
Yep. And
also, if there was one point where one of the characters sneezed, just ahead of you, you get a mist of of air and water on your face, very slightly, just so that you're fully immersed. It was absolutely incredible. Also, they had smell-o-vision as well, where there was a bed of roses, and you can actually smell flowers. all in real time.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I gotta say, if you get a chance, go see 4DX. A 4DX movie is absolutely incredible. You feel every punch, every kick, and every sneeze.
I don't want to go to a Jackie Chan movie then.
Oh, trust me, mate. It was throwing us left, right, up, down. Like, it was absolutely incredible. To the point where if you had popcorn, it was hard for you to eat your popcorn because your popcorn's flying everywhere. Oh, man, I can't recommend it highly enough. It's actually really, 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 really fun. So, yeah, if you get a chance, go watch a 4DX film. At least once.
So did you enjoy it because it was 4DX or because it was...
The movie was great. The movie was great as well.
Yeah,
the movie's phenomenal. Like, Kung Fu Panda is actually fantastic. I can't believe I watched it.
Jack Black voicing it,
Jack
isn't
Black
it?
he's the voice, yeah. And, yeah, they've got quite a few stars in there. But absolutely brilliant. Sorry, I think you really enjoyed it, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure most people like listening probably watched it. But, yeah, no, if you get a chance to watch it. And yeah, no, 4DX, man. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's fully immersive. And, yeah, go watch it once, at least.
It's funny how every now and again they absolutely nail it, don't they? So, you know, you got Wall-E. Really enjoyed that one.
Wall-E was good,
Obviously, you're talking about Kung Fu Panda. What was the other one? The intro to Up.
Oh, Up is great.
It's a good movie, but the intro to it is absolutely
pulls your heartstring, man. It makes me cry every time. I'm just like, this movie, I love it, but I hate it as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of films in my time, and you know, they don't really get to me that much. But
they nailed it with that one, mate.
the intro to that, that first, I think it's like opening like 5-10 minutes. Isn't it?
About 5 minutes. 5 minutes intro.
If anyone hasn't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. Go and watch it.
Up is a fantastic movie. Yeah, just like Si said, the intro is so moving. Like, it gives you a range of emotions like within 5-10 minutes. Oh man.
Speaking of an emotional flip, right? So whenever I'm watching a movie with my missus, if there's like a sad ending or something, or even like a happy ending, but in a sort of saddy way, she'll be crying, she'll be in absolute bits.
Right.
And the reason I say this is because I listen to a lot of podcasts. I know you do as well. Right? Yeah. Watch one, and it was absolutely horrific. Like that, it was an interview between this lady that had suffered a bit of abuse when she was younger and stuff, and she was sort of tearing up, and you know, it really. And I don't really get. I don't really feel it that much, but with this, I was on the edge. Honestly, mate, I'll send it to you. Yeah. It was horrific. Anyway, I explained it to my missus because she sort of works in that field a little bit, and so we sat there and watched the interview, and I was expecting her to well up. Nothing. There was me, or literally on the edge again. Her, nothing. Right?
Wow.
We watched Top Gun Maverick. Right. At the end of that movie, where they're all high-fiving and chest bumping, she's in bits in the corner.
Oh my god,
what's going on?
What is it about?
They had a successful mission. The music come up. It's all happy. They're like you know, knuckle bumping and whatnot.
Mate, I don't know what it is.
Just like, this is a happy movie. And she's just like blubbering. I couldn't work out what's going on.
I went to go watch this movie, Top Gun Maverick, with a few people, right? And the females that I was with got up and started clapping at the end of the movie. I was like, why? What is it about this film that draws this emotion out from people? Yeah. I mean,
to be fair, it was a good film. But...
It was a good film. It was a good film. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, it was really good. I actually watched that. This is gonna sound so stupid, but yeah, like I always do this. But I watched that. I think it was in. I think it's called 3DX. Again, we're not sponsored by Cineworld, by the way.
Although, if they do want to sponsor us,
absolutely, yeah, we love Cineworld. If you do want to sponsor us, we love you. So they, I think it's called 3DX, where you got your main screen, then you've also got the screen on the left and the screen on the right from where you're sitting. So you can imagine for Top Gun Maverick, basically, when you're sitting in the cockpit, you're actually getting the view to the left of the plane, the view to the right of the plane, and you actually get the view straight on as well. It was absolutely incredible. Brilliant experience. Like I said. So if you get a chance, you got 4DX and you got 3DX. I think it's called. Yeah. Give it a go.
Yeah,
sponsored by Cineworld.
Yeah, one day. I would love to be sponsored by some of those silly products, not just mainstream stuff. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but just like, you know, like Man Pants or something like that. Just so we have to make some silly advert every week.
That'll be the next step. Like,
we can't even introduce our own podcast properly. So
it would be terrible. I don't know what we're going to do.
So the shambles we'd make of somebody else's products would be brilliant.
Or maybe it'd be so bad that would be good. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe hopefully that's what the sponsors are going for.
Yeah, reversed.
Two bumbling idiots trying to can't get the name of the product wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Yeah, as long as we say the name right, we might have to just cut it out and insert it in.
Yeah, I look forward to the day that we get sponsored, and they're gonna hear me and you hilariously like try to come up with some sort of advert. Yeah, professional voices, adverts. My God.
No, I want to put a recording device in their office with their marketing team, because they'd be like, "What? We paid these idiots for this one."
That'd be brilliant. We could use that as advert, to be fair.
Yeah, as long as we don't pull off like a Bud Light moment.
Yeah, exactly. We'll stay away from that.
We'll take a company by like a couple of $100 billion. That'd be fun.
Oh man, that'd be really funny.
Fantastic.
I was going to say, I had a bit of an interesting week last week, so this is going to sound terrible, absolutely terrible, but I went to the dentist because I had to go.
Hey, it's awful. Hey,
basically a few weeks ago, I've never been scared of the dentist, right? Never ever been scared of the dentist, which is kind of weird. When you're a kid, like you get shit scared when you hear the dentist. I was actually looking forward to it when I was a kid, but a few weeks ago I went out to a dinner with my missus, and we started eating some sourdough bread, which has some. It also had like encrusted salt on top, very very posh kind of bread. I took a bite of it and I felt like I chipped my tooth, right? And I thought, oh God, was the bread really that hard? That's crazy. So the week went by and I said, nah, maybe I need to go to the dentist. Now, this is going to sound terrible. I haven't been to my dentist in about 7 years. It's been that long. So I call up the dentist. I'm like, oh, can I get an appointment, please? And the reception says, yeah, okay, no problem. When was the last time you came? Oh, I said, probably about 7-8 years ago. She goes, what? Even she was shocked. I was like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I should have come. And she's like, okay, I'll book you in. So books me in. I wait for the day. I go in. And I felt so bad. As soon as I got into my dentist chair, I immediately started like apologising. Like he'd only said hello. And I said, oh, hi doctor, yeah, I'm really sorry, I should have been here, it's been so long, I've just been so busy. I am talking rubbish at this point. Like, honestly, I don't know why I felt the need to kind of justify why I haven't come to the dentist in 7 years. I should have just said, sorry dentist, it's been a long time, but I'm here now. Do you know what I mean? But I went on to the story, like, yeah, changed my jobs and I couldn't get time off work and I got married and then COVID happened. Like, I was literally justifying why I haven't been. But anyway, he sits me down. I said, I think I chipped a bit of my tooth. I felt a bit of a tooth thing, but yeah, I might need a general clean. He goes, no problem. So he said, yep, sit down, let me open your mouth, let me have a little look. He goes, cool. So I'll do that. Then this threw me off, okay? This really threw me off. Now, I watch TV, you watch TV, so you see adverts, right? You get your adverts for your toothpaste, 4 out of 7 dentists recommend this brand and all that kind of bullshit. Yeah. And they say, yeah, it can remove your plaque and all that kind of stuff. So I sat back, I opened my mouth and he was having a look at my teeth. And this threw me off. And I don't know why, but I don't know why my dentist said this, but he said, oh, yeah, it looks like you got a lot of plaque build up on your teeth there. And I said, excuse me, what? He goes, yeah, there's quite a bit of plaque there. I was like, the fuck? What are you talking? Oh, plaque. Are you talking about plaque? And I didn't say it to him. I assumed that's what he meant. And I was like, is my dentist saying the word plaque wrong? If he is, this is worrying. Should I be letting him work on my teeth? This is crazy. But apparently, yeah, that's the way he says it. I think it's like the posh way of saying it. But I've never heard anyone in my life say plaque before. Plaque, yes, but not plaque. Long story short, I didn't break off a bit of my tooth. I broke off a little bit of the plaque in my teeth. So,
and that's why you don't go to the dentist, right?
That's why you go to the dentist. So, listeners, if you're out there, go to your dentist. But this really threw me offside. So basically, he removed all the plaque, and he did say to me, Plark, and he said, this is gonna feel a little bit harsh on your teeth, and don't be alarmed. Once I've taken the plaque off, sorry if this is disgusting, by the way, listeners, but yeah, he goes, once I take the plaque off, he goes, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon? And I was like, what? He goes, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon in America? And I've obviously got my mouth open at this point. I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't been there, but yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to flip and tell him, like, explain to him, I've been to America and I've been to Las Vegas, but I have never been to the Grand Canyon. And he goes, okay. And he just said this so that he can give me this analogy. He goes, basically, once I'm finished, it's going to fit, when you run your tongue onto your teeth, it's going to feel like the Grand Canyon is in your mouth. And I was like, oh, okay, now your reference makes sense. Okay, cool. So he finished up. You know, he's giving me something to bite on. You know, any blood and that kind of stuff. Clean me up and that kind of stuff. I get up and he goes, don't be alarmed if you feel a bit weird. So I'm still in my chair. I swear to God, Si, I put my tongue to my teeth, and it felt like I had no fucking teeth, mate. It genuinely felt like I didn't have any teeth in my lower part of my mouth. I got so scared. And he goes, look, he goes, don't panic. And I didn't show it, but he goes, don't panic. When you touch your tongue on your teeth, it's going to feel a little bit rough. And it will take about 3 weeks for you to get used to it. And I was scared, Si. I felt like there were massive gaps in my teeth and my tongue was going through my teeth. That's how bad it was. So I couldn't wait to get there, pay, and get to a mirror so I can have a look at the damage he's done to my teeth for life, right? But it felt really weird, but it was absolutely fine. He was right, and now it feels completely normal, to be honest. But at that point, I was panicking so much.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because I think we would go more often. It's always the running joke. Oh, British people bad teeth. I look at a lot of people, and I don't think we do. We just don't go for all the whitening and everything else. But part of it is you look at the guys in America, and I think they get dental care, don't they?
They get dental care, so
you
they have to
know
go. Yeah.
when you go to the dentist, it's £100 that you have to drop every time you go.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's because I'm the same as you. I don't go as frequently, so whenever I do go, it's like, right, that's £100. It's like we haven't done anything yet.
I wasn't expecting it, to be fair. He charged me 70 for mine, but it was
That's
like a
what
general
I'm saying,
clean-up.
yeah.
I thought, because I'm not a student anymore. I thought it's not free anymore. So when he said, that'd be £70, please, I was like, oh my God, I have to pay for this. This hurts.
I know.
It absolutely hurts. Yeah, but it is quite expensive, and I get why people don't go. I think most dentists only work during office hours anyway, so. You know, if you're working during the day and you've got a typical 9 to 5, you're going to have to take time out to go. But yeah, it is something that people should do, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just the cost of it, isn't it? You know,
it is
it's
the
like
cost,
you know, if it wasn't that expensive, if it was like you could go once a month and it was £10 a pop, even £20, but
absolutely, yeah.
You know, close to £100 every time you go. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm just tight.
Oh, it did hurt. It did hurt a little bit. I was like, oh gosh.
And then it also feels like they're doing more than they are, you know, because your mouth is quite sensitive. So when they are like scraping or whatever they're doing, it just like feels like they're jabbing you like through the jaw. And you're just like, what are you doing?
Who knows what they're doing? They might just be having a little folly around in your mouth. Do you know what I mean? They might not be actually doing anything. They're just like, I've got 5 minutes to kill to make this look like I'm being serious. Let me just poke around this stick a little bit in the gums. Does that hurt? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, they always say that, don't they? Does this hurt? And you're like, it definitely hurts, but I'm going to say no. I'm going to try and tough it out. And then it gets to the point where it does hurt, and you're like, that actually hurts now.
Yeah. He done that to me, and I was like, I'm fine. And he goes, oh, that's good. As there were tears streamed down my face. So
we've got another one. Yeah.
No, it was. He actually said, because I wasn't flinching much as he was doing, like really forcefully doing stuff. He goes, you know what? You've got a pretty high pain threshold. I was like, yeah. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, but the thing is, he shouldn't have been testing it.
No, I know, but it was okay. It wasn't too bad. I was like, I was toughing it out. But yeah, Plark removed.
The Plark is removed.
Mission accomplished.
Speaking of like a small segue, but I meant to talk to you about this, right? GP receptionists and how rude they are. So I want to tell you this story because it is a running joke in this country, but it's unbelievable. Absolutely. So. Anywhere else you go, receptionists are pretty friendly, aren't they? Like you go to the doctors, you go to the dentist, you go for your MOT or something. Your receptionists are fine. Hi, how are you? That kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know what it is. So I took my son to the GPs the other day, right? And they didn't have. Usually it's self-check-in, but the self-check-in thing wasn't in an obvious place. Like I walked in, looked around the walls, looked to see if there's a little sign or something. Nothing there. So I went to the reception. It was just like one of those little openy windows things. But so the lady wasn't sitting at the desk. She was sort of sitting at a desk behind, but not far away, maybe like a couple of foot away. But she was sitting sideways on, right? Yeah. And so she could see me.
Got a clear view.
Yeah.
Clear view, yeah.
Definitely, right? And she kind of glanced sideways and then went back to her thing. And I was just like, well, what? Firstly, what's she thinking? Because I wouldn't be standing there for no reason. Mm-hmm. So sort of, there was no bell or anything, so I sort of tapped on the window. And she sort of looked up and sort of carried on and sort of... I don't know, must have shut a thing down. And you could see her physically sort of like puff as she got up from her desk and walked to the thing, right?
How dare you make me do some work?
No, I would have normally kicked off, but my son was there. I'm trying to set a good example, right? Yeah. And anyway, so she walks to the thing, yeah, can I help? And like,
wow.
As a matter of fact, she can. Yeah. I'm here for this, checking this kind of stuff. Oh, the screen's round the corner.
Where was it? If it wasn't an obvious place, was it the flipping toilet or something?
Right. So as you walked in, you had all the chairs and stuff, and then you had the reception, and there was a bit more of a wall, and then sort of the hallway to where all the rooms were, and it was sort of tucked around there. And I don't know. Anyway, so
to be honest, it should be in a very obvious place.
It should be obvious, or there should be a big, massive arrow saying,
a massive sign
over here.
Yeah. Please check in before you come into the surgery. Yeah, exactly.
Because they had everything else up on the walls, like all the health and safety stuff and warnings. Don't eat too much, don't smoke too much, don't drink too much, don't whatever. But no sign for the self-checking. Anyway, we went round the corner and it was there. Pressed it, but it wasn't working. So I had to go back around the water.
You had to go back?
Yeah, I had to go back around the corner
this again. Sweet innocent lady again, Si. What's going on with you, man?
I know. Just like bothering these people, eh? So I tapped on the window again because I was losing my patience at this point. I'd only been there like 10 minutes. Not even that. So I tapped on the window again. It's just sort of huffed and come back to, the screen's not working. I suppose I'll have to check you in then, shall I? Yes, I suppose you bloody well will.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I'm sorry, I've got my sick child here. I need to be given some attention, please.
I know. I was just like, it was unbelievable. And as I say, I would have probably said something if my son wasn't there. But I thought, no, just keep it calm. Be respectful. And I'm just like, if that was the service in any other business,
sacked.
She would have been sacked. And I've heard this story in so many places, right? Now, this is not to say all GPs, but no, of course not, I've heard the stories and I've experienced it myself. And I do wonder where they get these people from. Do they put it? That's the criteria in the advert, so they get like 10 people lined up. It's kind of like a Alan Sugar moment, but in reverse. How would you treat a customer? Hi, hello, sir. No, you're done.
Get out of it. We don't need your kind here.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah. How are you? How's your day? No, you're done. Yeah.
You're fine.
And you? What do you want? Perfect. We want you. You're hired.
What do you want? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's so weird. It's like on the CV they filter out any CVs that say I provide good customer service or I'm a polite person. Out, delete, straight in the bin.
Yeah,
I want the person that calls each customer a dickhead. Right? I want that person. I want that ruthless person in my business. You know what it is? Look, receptionists and they are the first person you see, right? When you enter any business kind of thing, like they're the first person. You walk through the doors, you're at the office reception, and that's the first person you see. They're meant to be like a representation of your business.
Yep.
So they're always going to be, they should be in most cases, and they are polite, helpful, not like, what do you want? Do you know what I mean?
I want to stand in this room because I've got nowhere else to be. That's what I want.
Nothing much. I thought I'd just stand here and call you and waste your time, if that's okay.
Wait for you to sit down, tap on the glass, and you stand up, and then I'll walk off, and then when you sit down, I'm going to run back and tap on the glass again.
Yeah, exactly. You tell me what to do, and I'll go do it. And even though the machine's not working, I'd like to waste my time, if that's okay. Go try the machine, and then I'll come back and I'll bother you again, if that's okay. For fuck's sake. Oh my word, mate! Yeah, no, it does happen. I've had my fair share of receptionists being a bit rude, but God only knows like what they've been through. I don't know. We don't know everyone's story in it, so that's the way it is. But yeah, I think the next time you go there, if she's still in the same kind of funk, then it wasn't just a bad day. Like she was just being an idiot. So.
Yeah, but I think everybody in customer service has a rough old time of it, don't they? Which is why a lot of people just are quite calm, until it really sort of kicks off.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, no, and the thing is also that, especially when you go to like GPs and doctors and stuff, right? You don't want to be there. There's no reason to be there other than there's something wrong with you or something wrong with a relative or a friend for you to be there. Nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, do you know what I fancy doing today? I want to go to
waiting 4 hours in the GP surgery. That sounds like a great idea.
And that's the thing that riles me up as well. Like our waiting times are ridiculous at the minute, right? So you wait like 2 months for an appointment that they've cancelled twice on you before already. You finally get one, and you get some arsehole in reception.
I'll tell you what, mate. It really pisses me off as well, right? I don't know. This is a side of where our country is at the moment, right? you're ill. You need to be seen.
Yep.
You ring up the receptionist at 8 in the morning, as you're meant to do, to try and get an appointment. They will then tell you, sure, the next appointment will probably be about 3 weeks away. Okay. So I'm sick now.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So the doctor can see me in 3 weeks from today. You're saying, 3 weeks, if that's okay. Okay. I don't think that's going to work, to be honest. I kind of need to be seen in the next couple of days, but it doesn't happen, mate. Oh, I'll tell you one thing, and this really pissed me off. If it's true, right? My mate told me his GP surgery, and again, I'm not trying to put our GPs and our receptionists down or whatever, that kind of stuff, but this is a story that he told me. He said he went to the GP surgery and he was sitting in the waiting room and the phone rang and it was a person trying to get an appointment. The receptionist was so busy with calls that she was trying to answer them as quick as she could. But this one phone call that came in, she picked up the phone and she put it on loudspeaker, but she had shut the sliding windows that you have at the front of the receptions.
Yeah.
So she thought she had closed it, but it was slightly open so people could hear. And he was sitting in there with two other people in the waiting room. She picked up the phone and it was on speakerphone. And she started saying, hello, hello. And the person replied on the other side of the line. And they were like, hi, hi, can I book an appointment? And the receptionist went, hello, hello. And then she put the phone down.
No.
So she could clearly hear the patient on the other line. But she could... Oh, that is dirty, mate. I thought, oh, no, that can't be right. That can't be true. And I wouldn't believe it, but my mate, he doesn't lie. Like, he was there. And he wouldn't make up the story for no reason. He goes, I could not believe my ears. Like I get that waiting times to actually get through to a receptionist can be long, but imagine waiting. That person would have woken up early to try and get an appointment, probably been on the line for about 15-20 minutes, only for you to pick up and pretend you can't hear them. Oh, that kills me, man. That's terrible.
That is just short of using the old, was it the classic crisp packet, Russell, wasn't it? Yeah, you're breaking up. Just I can't hear. Oh, you have to phone back. Yep,
I'm driving under a tunnel, so if I suddenly cut off...
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the ploy. We are in a strange place, aren't we?
It really is, mate.
I was always thinking about, because you say you phone up in the morning in case there's an appointment. Well, people have waited so long for appointments that it can only be that a bunch of people have died, so you're just filling up those gaps. That's what always goes through my mind. If you've been waiting 2 months for an appointment, you're not going to phone up that morning and suddenly there's a load of vacant spaces.
That's true.
All the other people that have already been waiting 2 months, half of those have passed away.
Get them.
Then you've taken. No, I'm joking.
I know that's quite cynical, isn't it? They were probably waiting 2 months for their bloody appointment and they've passed away in between. That's terrible.
It could be your mate at work that's just putting the wrong dates, so she's just shifted everybody's calendar
2023.
2023, yeah. We've seen you guys already.
Absolutely. You want another one? We just saw you last week. What's going on? Oh, my God.
Oh, we had a classic with that. I don't know what was going on. We've changed since, but we went to a GP we were registered at a GP, and then my missus got a thing. This was maybe a year after we joined there, and she'd been back for like various bits and pieces, but nothing to do with this. So she got a text through saying, "Oh yeah, we just wanted to check up and see how the pregnancy's going." And I'm just like, "What?"
Oh my
to my God. Missus. So she got this thing through, and I was just
that could destroy a relationship. That is.
Exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. And I was just like, "Is there something you want to tell me?" Obviously, being a little bit humorous, but anyway, so she phoned up the GP and said, I think you got the wrong number here. And so she sort of read her name and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's my name. Just like read their details. Yeah, that's my details, but that's definitely not me. And she goes, are you sure? And it's like, well, I would definitely know if I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Someone's wires have been crossed, and someone's got some terrible news.
But I think that's a fantastic question, because it was about her being pregnant, and she goes, "Are you sure you're not pregnant?"
Yeah. Like, it hasn't slipped your mind, has it? Like, do you know what I mean? If you look down, can you see a baby in your belly? Just want to confirm.
That bit that made me laugh.
Oh, that's a new surgery, you said, yeah?
No, that was the old one.
No wonder you moved. Bloody hell. If they can't keep their customer bloody patient records in check, Jesus.
Yeah, so we're having a bit of a run of it. We went to the old one that didn't know if my missus was pregnant or not. Yeah. And then we got to the new one and we got old Angry Jill on reception.
Yeah, God, yeah. Well, you'd rather have Angry Jill than wrong customer records, you know what I mean?
Well, yes, at least they're taking calls and not hanging up. Yeah. You know,
because your last surgery probably rang you and said, "Hi, Mister, are you feeling pregnant?" Oh my God!
But you imagine the new place where the receptionist is super aggressive. If she'd made that mistake, she would have just said it's your fault.
Oh my God!
What do you mean our systems are wrong? What did you do wrong?
Yeah.
I did nothing. I just walked through through the automatic doors.
It's the first time you got to the surgery. Like,
yeah, exactly.
First, you got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, exactly. Took the sat 5 minutes to find you. I don't know what's going on.
Crazy. That is crazy. Mate.
Oh, fantastic. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had a bit of a strange one at the weekend. Have you ever been to a silent disco?
Oh, yes. For the first time in my life, a few months ago, I did go to one. So right. Tell me about it.
So they are the most surreal experience. So for anyone that doesn't know, basically it could be in a club or your house or something like that. Somebody works out the playlist or whatnot, and you have a set of headphones that you're all listening to. Yeah, so you're all in there, we're all partying, but all the music's coming through the headphones. But it's such a surreal experience, isn't it? Because
really is.
The one that we went to was bizarre. So you walked in there and it had some soft music and it had the little disco lights and stuff. So it just felt like you were in your living room, which is fine because it was sort of cozy and stuff. And then you put these headphones on and it was blaring. It was like you were at a concert. So automatically you're sort of switched into the mode. Yeah,
very loud.
Right. But the thing that I found odd was that, first of all, if you want to talk to someone, you've got to take the headphones off, and then you realise that the whole room is very quiet. So you're just like shouting at people.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on, Si.
Which is really odd.
That moment for me is when it really hones in what you're doing. Like, the minute you take off your headphones, oh, mate, I have such a weird feeling because... You go first, I'll tell you my experience.
No, I was going to say, because you're in there, right, and you got people jumping up and down and enjoying it like you're at a party and stuff, and then you go to speak and then you realise where you are and you suddenly become self-conscious. But the strange thing about this one was that it had... you could change the tracks on your headphones. You had a little button. Right? So you're listening to a song and the person opposite you is listening to a different song. So it looks like they're having an epileptic fit because they're dancing out of tune.
Absolutely spot on. I was just about to say. Right. Oh my God. So I went to one, right? It was on a boat, right? So you go on the boat and then you got 2 floors. The first 20 minutes, they haven't given you your headphones. You can go grab a drink, socialise, whatever. Then they give you your headphones. You got 3 or 4 different choices of music. This is the one I went to.
Yeah.
And spot on, mate. So we had a few drinks and we put the headphones on. And people are getting into the groove. They actually, enjoying the music. I think one was like R&B and hip hop. One was like pop music. Another one was like some other music like I don't know. So basically, there was that one moment when someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was my mate of mine, and he just wanted to ask me a question. So I took off my headphones. Mate, so surreal because you've got people shouting, but you're realising that people listen to different types of music. So it's just all nonsense. You got one person singing like Oasis Wonderwall, and then you got another one singing Dr. Dre next episode on the other side. So that's crazy in itself, right? And there's no music at all. It's just people shouting, right? Which is like that moment really hit me exactly what you said. The second bit that really made me laugh, and I swear to God, I was crying, Si, was that there must have been one lady. She was single. She was dancing on the dance floor. Must have been a guy, also single. They're dancing. They spot each other, and I can see this from a view from the back.
Yeah.
They slowly start dancing towards each other. Then they're dancing together, right? He waved at her, she waved back. Now, the only problem was he was dancing crazy fast because he was listening to techno and she was listening to R&B. So it looked really stupid. Like, he was trying to match the same speed of dancing as a lady, but he's listening to like super fast techno music, and then she's thinking, what is going on here? This guy is going mad. Like, and she's dancing really slow, like, you know. Oh, mate, I was cracking up because the only reason why I knew they listened to different music was on the actual headphones as well. On itself, it's got different colours.
Yes.
So I think techno was blue, and old school 80s classic hits is like red, and hip hop and R&B was like yellow. So you can clearly see people are listening to different music. It was absolutely hilarious, mate, honestly. And people can't really socialise as well. You can't really socialise. You can't talk to each other, which is what an amazing concept. Honestly, it was the first time I went. I thought I didn't know what to think of it, but I ended up having a great time, to be fair. But it's just there's like a couple of moments where you actually, you know, remove your headphones or just watch people. Honestly, what I was doing, I took my headphones off completely and I just watched the room for a minute, and it is pure entertainment because it's just chaos, absolute chaos, mate.
As you say, you got people trying to sing the songs, just everybody singing different things at different times.
Singing different things.
Yeah, everybody
absolutely.
dancing different speeds.
Yeah.
and then you got people trying to talk to each other, just like literally, you know, it's as you say, a quiet room, and they're just shouting at each other.
Everyone's shouting,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Geez.
And you hear like people's like shoes squeaking on the dance floor and stuff like that. Oh my god, it is absolute chaos, but it was brilliant. Honestly, it was really, really funny. It's one of the, and plus because we had a few drinks, it just like elevated the enjoyment. It was just people were getting smashed, and they were just singing songs really badly, really loud. Oh, fantastic stuff, mate.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because you like when you are at a club, or like you're at I don't know, a live event or something like that, you're singing along to the songs, but because the songs are so loud, you can't hear how bad you are at singing. And I'm bad at singing, but I don't mind like shouting and like things, stuff like that. But when I was at this, I'm like, no, I know what's going on here.
Well, especially when everyone's like singing off the same hymn sheet, right? It's the same music, everyone's like shouting, everyone's like dancing, and it's just one song, right? Whereas you can imagine like mixed genre of music,
5 different songs,
people. 5 different stations. Do you know what I mean? People are just doing the most ridiculous stuff, but it's a good laugh. Honestly, I'd recommend it for anyone that hasn't been. I'll definitely recommend it. Take a couple of friends, take a couple of any relatives or anything like that, and just go for it. It is really fun. Just make sure you know the music that you're going to be listening to when you're there.
Yeah, and it does take a minute. We'll say it does
weird.
take a minute.
It does, it does. It does take a few minutes to actually adjust to it, but the concept is quite fun.
Yeah, and also where it gets around that, you could party on late into the night, can't you? And the neighbours aren't going to kick off, or you haven't got to worry about like I don't know, licenses. I suppose I don't know.
Yeah,
if it's quiet, then it's just a gathering and people shouting at each other, right?
Yeah, that's right. No, it was really funny. It was really funny. And that's a wrap for episode 12. Thank you so much for listening to me and Sai talk absolute twaddle for about an hour. Yep. No, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And please give us a like and subscribe, as the outro will tell you. That's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me. Thank you very much. Take care, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you for listening to the JTS 51 podcast. For more epic content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future episodes.